Hey everyone, Andrew, day 2 Dryden, recording here again for Nikachu MTG. Today we are back to playing Burn in Modern. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please do make sure to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel, alright? You gotta throw that in there. I don't know. The science says it makes people, it reminds people. So hopefully if you're watching the video, you're already subscribed. But yeah, this is the kind of content that we're gonna put out there, a lot of modern stuff. One second. Coffee is good. Coffee is very good. So I know I did Modern last week, or in the last episode, and I really do want to get a Legacy episode up again. It's crazy. The Legacy and the Pauper people, they eat this stuff up. I don't know if it's because there's a million Modern channels out there, because Modern's one of the probably the most popular format. But you Legacy and you Pauper people just love this stuff. So I am going to try to give a bit more attention to those audiences. And I would really like to revisit Legacy. Here's the thing though. I'm going to be playing in a local like 1K or whatever tomorrow. And I've gotten like almost no practice in with this new list running Cindervines. So I need a little more practice in this, and I want to test this out a bit. Not only that, but there's been a lot of people who are sort of still not buying into Cindervines, and I appreciate that. I can understand the argument. I do. It's not a perfect card, but I still like it, and I think it deserves a bit more attention to get its fair representation. So I want to try it out again. Hopefully it works out well. So this deck is almost identical to the one I ran last time, because I still like it. The 60, huge fan of how that went. I love it. However, I am going to put 2 Lightning Helix from the sideboard into the main deck and 2 Skullcracks from the main deck over into the sideboard. I still want 4 copies of each of these. Excuse me. But when I had 2 Skullcracks in the main deck, there was a lot more like blue-white control and things I was coming up against, things with like timely reinforcements and lightning helix and stuff, and I think that's gone a little bit on the wayside now. I think generally you're going to be seeing more burn decks and things like that, more racing situations where I would rather probably have lightning helix than Skullcrack, but I mean you still want access to them in the sideboard. So that's my spiel about that. I also talked a lot last time about the stomping ground in the sideboard. I still think this is a good choice. I still like this idea. It keeps the 60 that you're guaranteed to play with every round tighter. And again, with all those aggro decks, I think it's a big deal. I do completely understand the argument that it weakens your sideboard, right? We don't want 15 card sideboards. We want like 30 card sideboards. So I'm going in the wrong direction for that, right? I'm not adding cards. I'm effectively almost taking cards out of the sideboard, from a certain perspective. I get that. However, the way I'm looking at it is this still being like sort of like a 5-card artifact enchantment hate package. In addition to that, again, I also understand the argument there aren't a ton of enchantments around right now that are really hating on burn. I think I'm getting ahead of the curve here a little bit. I think with all the burn decks coming up and with people cutting Destructive Revelry from their lists, I think people are going to start going into those kind of things a little bit more, so I'm kind of getting a little bit ahead of that. In addition to that, there's a lot of those Whir of Invention decks, Prison Whir, whatever they call it. And I think we saw in the last league, this was a great card against that. So I really like this card. One thing I'm interested in testing it against is Control. I don't know if I want this against Control. I think it might just be better to like maybe try and race, hold up instant speed interaction, and the normal strategy we use against Control. So I'm interested in testing this out. So if I face any Control opponents, I am gonna be bringing this in, and I don't know if that's the right choice, but I want to find out, and hopefully you can find out. So we'll see how it goes. Again, small sample size, I get it, but the way I see it playing out in my head is one of 2 very different ways, either very good or very bad. So interested in that. As far as the deck itself goes, though, we're doing our normal mana base, tried and true. We're 19 lands, at least 10 fetch lands, at least 3 snow-covered mount. Well, they don't have to be snow-covered, but I live in Canada, so you know, shout out to Team Canada here. So snow-covered mountains. I still prefer to have the 3 Sacred Foundries and 3 Inspiring Vantage. But again, if you wanted to go 2 Foundries and 4 Vantage, I think that's fine. Or if you wanted to cut one of these Foundries and have a Stomping Ground, I also think that's fine, right? If you wanted to take the Stomping Ground out of the sideboard. It's not the way I'm choosing to do it, and I think I've explained those reasons, but, you know, I wouldn't exile anyone who, who would do that. So yeah, that's our mana base. Our creatures, again, the usual strong lineup of Goblin Guide, Swift Spear, Eidolon, and I still like the Singleton Lavamancer. Another great card against War of Invention in the last league. Still a very good utilitarian card. This card sneaks in. With only a 1-of, you don't always see it, but when it shows up, it's usually pretty good. Either demands removal, or will finish off any opponent that isn't outracing you. In addition to that, we also have our 1-mana burn spells, Bolt and Spike, over to Searing Blaze, one of the best cards you can get against small creature decks, 6 damage, 2 mana. Boros Charm, awesome, 4 damage, 2 mana, instant speed, along with a ton of other text. Every now and then the indestructible thing is valuable. A small number of times I have used the double strike option. That is relevant as well. Lightning Helix, like I mentioned, good against burn and other aggressive strategies. Also keeps your game plan going, right? It still can do 3 damage to their face, which is important. Rift Bolt, great at getting through control as well. Helps you overload your spells on single turns. It's also a 3 damage for hopefully 1 mana spell, which again also turns on our Skewer the Critics, which is, again, ideally a 3 damage for 1 mana spell. So, those are the cards I like. In the sideboard, we still need a couple answers to things like Gurmag Angler, Tassiger, Core Firewalker, Auriok Champion, Primeval Titan, maybe. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. Anything that has 4 toughness or protection from red is definitely something that this is going to want to be used against. Rest in peace. Still graveyard decks running around. Yeah, I could go up with as many as 4 copies, I guess. I could also maybe throw like a Relic of Progenitus in the sideboard. I like having 2 copies. I think we've got decent game against Dredge as it is. It's one of the aggro, busted, broken sort of mechanic decks that we can race, even with a couple of... I always get it wrong. It's not Crippling Chill. It's Creeping Chill. Yes, I think. Okay. I might have got that the wrong way around again. The Chill card. The free Lightning Helix that Dredge is running. Even with a couple of those, we can still race and beat Dredge. So I beat online an opponent last week who cast all 4 creeping chills against me. So it can be done, you know, this is more here as like a hedge. Just, it's Modern. If you don't have something that's affecting the graveyard in Modern, I mean, hey, your sideboard's going to probably be really good against everything else, but anyway. In addition to that, though, we also have an Anger of the Gods. This is also great against Dredge. Can be used in small creature matchups, even medium creature matchups. Deals 3 damage, not even just 2 damage to all creatures. So we're talking spirits, elves, maybe merfolk, boggles potentially. Lots of decks. And of course against Dredge, it wipes out all the prized amalgams and the blood gas and everything, and they don't come back. So that's always nice too. As I mentioned, we got the Cindervines, good for artifact and enchantment hate. It's got a neat little effect on it that I'm not really sure how to evaluate just yet. That's almost like an Eidolon, but not quite. And our Skullcracks to prevent opposing life gain strategies, because that's no bueno for what we want to be doing. So, that's the deck. Those are my reasons. Feel free to put it in the comment section if you disagree with any, or if you want to ask any questions. You know, I really do enjoy talking about these choices because there is certainly no exact science. I think the 19 lands, like even the mana base, right? You can make an argument for how I've put the Stomping Ground, the Sacred Foundry, or the Inspiring Vantage in here. You know, there's lots of things to be decided on. So if you want to have a discussion about that, please put it in the comment section below, and I will read it, provided you don't do it in like a month from now. It's hard for me to go back and check all those videos. Either way, this has been Andrew, Day 2 Dryden, prepping for his local 1K event, and we're going to jump into a Modern competitive league, so I will see you there. Okay, so here we go. This hand is good. Against an unknown opponent, I'm going to say, hey, GLHF. One land hand, but we have 1, 2, 3, we have 5. 5 spells we can cast off this one land. I like this. Our opponent also mulliganed to 6 cards. So I'm going to keep this hand. I think this is a keepable 1 land hand. I would have really enjoyed to see like a Goblin Guide or a Swift Spear as one of these 1 mana spells. But what are you going to do? You know, beggars can't be choosers. And this is a begging situation. So, ooh, green. What do we got? Elves? Oh, no! Ugh. All right, this is probably a matchup where Destructive Revelry would be better than, say, Cindervines. But we'll see. Hey, we got that second land. That is, hey, so things are good there. Pay 2 life. Yeah, absolutely. So how do we want to do this? So part of me wants to suspend this Rift Bolt to get it out of my hand because it's going to take a turn. The other part of me wants to hold up a Lightning Bolt for maybe any of the creatures they might play, like, come on, help me out here. Azusa or Sakura tap, put a land into play or whatever. So for that reason, I am going to hold up a Bolt. I have a second one in my hand, so if they don't play one of those creatures, yeah, like an Ancient Stirrings, that's fine. I'll Bolt their face, and then next turn, I will hold up... Oh, I have 3 bolts in my hand. They all look the same. Found a second Amulet, huh? Alright, well, there you go. You got your second Amulet. Ugh, God. Alright, well, we need to be able to race here. So that is 100% what we need to do. Alright, alright, alright. Come on, something good. That's pretty good. It would have been... okay, well, we have to do this. I just paid 2 life. Yes, I'm paying 2 life. So, Eidolon. So what can we do with this? Because pretty soon, they're just going to be able to play gigantic, monstrous things, right? Like, next turn, I think they might... Like, they can just go... Summoner's Pact into... Like, Primeval Titan into Kill Us. So... Like, I don't think Eidolon's going to do it here. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is a tough situation, actually. I'm not sure how to play this out. There's a lot, and I'm not even sure if it makes a difference because they might just kill us. I think. Okay, well, what do I have in my hand? I got 6 damage in my hand. I untap. I get to do 6 damage again. So I got 12 in my hand. So that's not going to be enough. Because, yeah, there's no way they're going to give us 2 more turns with Amulet and all these things. So for that reason, I think I need to get this Eidolon out of my hand and hope that this is the best situation. But it's very possible that that's wrong, and it's very possible that we just lose here also. Yeah, see here. Okay, so here's the Summoner's Pact. All right, so, yeah, all right. So unless they have, like, another Summoner's Pact and, like, an Azusa in hand, yeah, we're in some deep trouble here. Yeah. So I don't think there was any way on the draw with Amulet into Amulet with no turn 1 creature. I don't think there was a way. I don't think there was a way for me to win this game. Because they look like they might just win on turn 3 here. And the opening hand we had was very good. But not against a turn 3 win on the play. Yeah, that wasn't enough. Although they're not just doing it here. Are they? Hold on, is it Vigilance and Haste? Am I wrong? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, they're just gonna okay, F6, whatever. This is, I have nothing that I can do. Yeah, so if you haven't seen what this crazy deck does, this is how it goes. Now it's going to get the land that's going to give it double strike, which means it's going to be coming in for 16. which means I'm pretty much dead. I think technically not. I think technically I can live at 2 life by throwing this Eidolon in front, but we're yeah, we're pretty much done here. Like they have, how do they have 5 cards in hand? Oh, because they keep bouncing things, right? Okay, so that means I just have to double bolt here, right? That's the only thing that deals creatures. Yeah. Okay, so probably just dead, but this is the only way we live, so not sure what else I'm supposed to do. Come on, let this resolve. What did you think I was gonna do? I was either gonna die or do this. Alright, well. It's not impossible that we win, but I don't like our odds. I know 2 of their cards are those lands that they bounced, the haste and the double strike land. Oh, and the gemstone mine. So they only have 2, I think 2 unknown cards in hand. That's a good draw. Okay, we're getting there. I need to get these out of my hand, though, if I'm going to have any chance to win this game. So, yeah. I think that has to happen, followed by this. All right. Come on. Draw dead. Have nothing. Have nothing! Nothing. They got something, right? Oh, yeah, okay. They have so many ways to tutor for this. Oh, they need a... Oh, yeah, okay, that works too. So they don't even get the Primeval Titan and have to work hard for it. They just cast a Walking Ballista and kill me. That's lame. Yeah, Ballista on 3. That works. Shoot me. Shoot me again. Hey, you know what? If I had had a Lightning Helix or something at some point, that might have made a difference too there, but I don't think so by much. Okay. So that was frustrating. Okay, so we want Stomping Ground. We can take out a Foundry. We want these. We're gonna see how these work. I don't know if they're good enough, but we'll see. What do we need? Searing Blaze is good, but like not. I'm not guaranteed to have a target until like the very end, and I might not have landfall. Like if I go turn 1, whatever, they go turn 1 Sakura Tribe. I think it's Scout is the one that they play. And I go Searing Blaze, obviously that's amazing, right? But like if they just go like Amulet, and he's like, maybe I have 2 Searing Blazes in my hand, like pretty rough. So I'm not sure how I want to sideboard against this yet. Here, you know what? I haven't actually looked at these lists in a week or so. Let me just quickly... Yeah, I should get Nikshu to cut this out. Sometimes my sideboarding takes too long, and I'm a little self-conscious of that. But this is why I make... this is why I make sideboard guides for myself as well. Don't have to do all this looking up. I've done this looking up ahead of time. Where are you? Amulet Titan. Amulet Titan. So, yeah, the Ballista, the Sakura Tribe, Azusa, Courser of Crewfix. Okay, Wayward Swordtooth. Okay, there's all kinds of stuff going on in these lists. Okay, is this... Okay, well, whatever. We'll keep a couple of those in because they're good. What's coming in out of the sideboard, though, probably. So I'm assuming... They don't seem to have a lot of life gain. I guess that's because, unlike, say, like a Scape Shift deck, they're actually able to just race us, which is bonkers. So we want to race and win. Okay, so we take out the Lavamancer. Eidolon. I can shave, like... Yeah, I'm taking out Eidolons. They're probably just going to race, and they're probably more aggressive than we are. So what do I want to bring in? Yeah, let's bring in a path. Let's bring in a couple of paths. And is that how we want this? This looks pretty okay. Yeah, let's go with this. I mean, sometimes the damage is just done by the time the Primeval Titan hits, but I don't mind a path to hit it. 3 lands, 4 spells. I mean, again, I would really like a creature here, but this is good enough to keep. This is good enough to keep, and we're going to get this Rift Bolt out of our hand too. I also want to maybe deck thin, so I need to get green and white, so I'm just going to get the white mana now. I'm just going to get the white mana now. If I draw a Cindervines, then and this is a good example of where Destructive Revelry would be better than Cindervines. If I had one in my hand, right, untap, just blow this up. Whereas even if I draw one, I'm going to play it out, and then it'll take a turn, and they might just go bananas by then. But at the same time, ooh, okay. What I was thinking was that I was going to play out this Wooded Foothills and just hold it up. If they play it out like an Azusa, I was going to fetch Searing Blaze, and if they didn't play out a creature, I was just going to Boros Charm them. But now that I've got this Goblin Guide that I definitely want to get out of my hand, I'm just going to play out the Goblin Guide and hold up Lightning Bolt. Also, if it's like a Sakura Tribe Scout, I don't have to care too much about it because it takes a turn to be like really busted, whereas Azusa is like, uh-oh, this is bad. So we'll see how this goes. See what they return to hand before I start deleting this. Should be able to add cards to the revealed card zone. It's, I mean, like, I understand why the program kind of can't do that, and part of it is information that you have to sort of remember on your own, but it's one of the small differences between it and Paper Magic. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense just to return the forest, right? Path. Oh, interesting. Okay. I didn't think they would be running Path, but, well, there we are. Okay. I need to have landfall in case they play something though, so I'm just gonna play this out, and I'm not gonna crack it until I have to. But if they don't have something too crazy, let's see what we got. Azusa? Yeah, okay. Azusa happens. I don't have priority yet. I have to wait for them to play a land. Okay, now I have priority. So now I get to do it. It's unfortunate the Stomping Ground's in my hand. But, am I going to want to use both of these? Am I going to shock here? Okay, so hold on. We're going to go Searing Blaze. Put them to 9. Boros Charm, put them to 5. Yeah, okay. I guess that's a thing. Nice. Or maybe, I don't know, I guess the only difference is if I draw Swift Spear. I guess that's the only reason I wouldn't do this. I think we do this anyway. Yeah, I think we just want to make sure we cast all our spells. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we got live. If they don't just kill me, I've got live top decks, but they can do it. It's possible we're not winning until turn 5, which is a bit slow against this deck. Because if Primeval Titan comes in here, I'm in trouble. I don't have an Eidolon to block and absorb the damage. So yeah, okay. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to get hit for 16. That's unfortunate. Shows that that path would have been good, though. I did bring in Path to Exile. Would have been nice to have that. That's too bad. Maybe they misclick. But yeah, this deck is very strong. This deck is very strong. It is very good. And you know what? Again, small sample size and everything. But turn 3 Destructive Revelry. Turn 3 Cindervines would have been enough there. It would have been enough in this match to blow up the Amulet of Vigor like on my turn 3. Or sorry, even my turn 4, actually. So. Oh. What? Why aren't you just killing me? I guess you're playing around me having a path? Is that what's happening? I guess so. Well, that's silly. Alright, so we have two options now. I can hope to draw a bolt of some sort and kill the Primeval Titan. Or, because otherwise I'm dead. Or I can bolt their face, hope to draw a Boros Charm, and then we win. Why wouldn't you just... I guess the opponent was playing around a path or something like that. Or I guess Deflecting Palm could do it too. Yeah, Deflecting Palm would be a good card in this matchup. Alright, so I guess my odds of drawing any bolt effect is more likely than me drawing a Boros Charm. Although my opponent might just untap, do this again and kill me, or play a Walking Ballista or something again. So I'm going on the numbers, but if I draw Boros Charm, I'm going to feel real silly. Well, that doesn't do it either. Part of me wanted to attack in, but part of me also... I think my odds of them accidentally clicking through their attack step or not giving the Slayer Stronghold +2 plus whatever are more likely than... I don't know. Yeah, alright. Okay, yeah, no. So, pretty dead here. Most likely. Doesn't even matter. They're just playing with their food now. I think they know they've got this. I've got one card in hand. They've gained a whole bunch of life. I think they're just goofing around. Nope, they're gonna finish us off. All right, well, that's unfortunate. I don't expect to face this in my local event here, but this is a very strong deck. Very strong deck. I'm not sure what I want. I guess I wouldn't say we flooded out, but one fewer land would have made a big difference. One fewer land means I could have sent that Rift Bolt to their face, maybe had a different spell in hand, and then I just needed like 1 damage from like anything on my top deck. So yeah, I guess there's that. Either way, what are you gonna do? Strong deck. Yeah, and I mean our opponent had strong draws. Both games. So this has been Andrew. Day 2 Dryden. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in round 2. Here we go. This is a very strong hand. Unfortunately, we're on the draw, but Goblin Guide into Searing Blaze. I mean, depending on what we're up against, this is a very strong opening hand. I like it quite a bit. Quite a bit. Treetop Village. Okay, so I'm thinking this is probably Jund or something along those lines. The question is what land to play. Yeah, I want to deck thin at this point, I guess, and just getting out a basic mountain is fine. It looks like we're probably up against a deck that isn't running Path, and life total can be important, and I have another fetch land here for my my Searing Blaze, so there's always that. Inquisition, yeah. So yeah, this is either Jund or Rock. Likely Rock. been, with all the aggressive decks around lately, cutting that extra color, I think has made them a bit more consistent. Really? Well, that's nice. I actually get to just attack into this Tarmogoyf. I never get to attack into a Tarmogoyf. Wait, hold on. Okay, for a second I thought that I couldn't Searing Blaze it, because what happens is if you cast a Searing Blaze, the Goyf won't die before it checks to see that the instant type is in the graveyard. So sometimes you can cast an instant spell to kill a Goyf, but it'll become like a 4 toughness creature in response. In this case, that is not true. In this case, I get to use a Searing Blaze on a Tarmogoyf, which means today is effectively Christmas, because that never happens. Ever. And I get to attack in for free with my guide. Ha ha ha. Right? Make sure I didn't do the math wrong. Well, whatever, this is going to happen. Should I be 2 life? Yes. So Blaze goes here. Land instant. Yeah, okay. And either way, I got to get this Blaze out of my hand, because it doesn't do much sitting in my hand anyway. Effectively, I'm just going to be oh, God. All right, well, that's not good. Fortunately, that's a couple turns away still, but oh boy. Yeah, Inquisition. Should have Inquisition first, I think. That would have put a sorcery in the graveyard. Yeah, I don't know. I was pretty sure we were getting Inquisitioned last turn. I'm not sure what they take. Bolt? Oh, okay, that's legit, I guess. It means I can only cast 1 spell this turn, unless I draw a 1 mana spell. And a Scooze! Well, okay, that's fine. Do I offer to trade? Or do I just Helix it? That's the question now. These matches are tough. It has to die. The Scavenging Ooze has to die, and it has to die this turn. That's for sure. And Kalitas is coming down next turn, which is rough. Probably next turn. I assume they'll have a land in hand. Okay, I'm going to offer up the trade for this Scavenging Ooze. And, yeah, that's definitely what's going to happen. Blooming Marsh. Okay. Well, that's not casting a Kalitas next turn. Yeah, I'm going to offer this up. This Goblin Guide has done mostly all it's going to do at this point. If it can trade with a Scavenging Ooze and then I can keep spells in my hand, I think that's fine. Now the question is, do we Eidolon or Boros Charm? I think I Eidolon here. I think I force them to have to do something like Kalitas. Yeah, I think that's what I do. But just like throwing a Boros Charm at their face before they can get it out of my hand. Well, hey, this is good. No, Eidolon dealing 2 damage is huge. That's what I needed, basically. Blooming Marsh is out, because I needed to sort of get under this Kalitas here. That's a pretty lame draw, I'm not going to lie. I really did not like that draw. So what do they know about? I think they know about these 3 cards. Okay, so we're getting Kalitas next turn. That is happening. And this Tireless Tracker is going to get them value and get bigger, and then when things are dying, then like... I think I have to settle for this Eidolon being... No, that's wrong. I don't. If they want to just play a Kalitas next turn, that's fine. Yeah, if they cast any spell that costs 3 or less, they're just dead. Because I'm just going to Helix them and Boros Charm them down to 2. So, yeah, go for it. That's fine. If you want to kill my Eidolon, you're gonna have to do it, I don't know, some other way. But this Kalitas is like, this is rough. I either need to win pretty much now, or this is going to take over the game. I'm obviously not blocking. Now the question is, do I helix them now? Because I might need to just kill this Kalitas. If I draw a Bolt or something, that would be really good. There's nothing in the deck that costs more than 3 mana, so I'll be able to cast all my spells. So I'm just going to hold this Helix in my hand. Excellent. That's another reason to have done it. But it doesn't matter, because I did think that through, and even if I didn't have this damage, I could still screw the critics for full retail here. Okay, whew. All right, well, we dodged a slow start from Rock. We were able to get game 1, so that's really good. So, what do we want against these guys? Definitely want Path. Definitely want Rest in Peace. Definitely want Skullcrack. Cindervines we don't need. What do we not like? I don't... Even though it did look pretty good there against Goyf, of all things, which never happens. I don't really like Searing Blaze. We just want spells that aren't situational, that just go to their face. We just want to draw, shoot them. Draw, shoot them. Because what they're going to do is rip our hand apart, and we need like maximum number of cards. We need to cast as many spells and dodge as much hand disruption and removal as we can. So yeah, so I'm not a big fan of Searing Blaze as a general rule. It's really good against like Tireless Tracker and Ooze, you know, when you can get it, but generally it's not. Plus, I'm bringing in things like Pad the Exile, which are already removal that doesn't deal damage, so I don't love that. I don't love Lavamancer. It's too susceptible to removal, especially when I'm bringing in things like Rest in Peace. I don't like that. I have a lot of cards to take out. Screw the Critics is good because it's just another Bolt, but sometimes 3 mana is frustrating. But yeah, okay. Oh man, okay, I'll keep 1 Searing Blaze. I'll keep 1 Searing Blaze. Swift Spear is not great. Swift Spear gets outclassed real fast. I'm already down to 19 lands. I'm not going to go to 18. I'll cut an Eidolon. Oh yeah, and we're on the draw again. Eidolon's kind of weak. It looked pretty good there, but our opponent had awkward mana. I will cut... Yeah, yeah, okay, sure. I think that's how I want to do it. Something like that. Basically, because this game is going to go long. They're going to have Collective Brutality. They're going to have Inquisition. Ugh. It's like not a great hand. But you also don't want a mulligan, right? Like you need all your spells. I'm going to keep this hand because I've got a few turns to draw into this. But yeah, this is a bit awkward. Opponent mulligan to 6. Put a card on the bottom. Forest, awesome. I was expecting a swamp into an Inquisition. That's always what you have to expect because it happens. Well, that's awkward. I mean, on the bright side, it's spells we can cast. So hey, there you go. Yeah, you almost need to just plan on like top deck, shoot 'em. Top deck, shoot 'em. Right? Whereas something like a Swift Spear is a horrible top deck when they've got like Kalitas and a Goyf and other things out, or Liliana. Like that just doesn't do it. Really. Oof. Yeah, double Inquisition. So that's kind of what I expected originally, but they had an awkward mana again. So that's fine. Oy vey. Okay, 1 mana spell. Really want to draw a 1 mana mono red spell. Or a land. Yeah, land is also good. So if I suspend a Rift Bolt, no, we want a Lightning Helix. I'll hold up Lightning Helix. Pretty much made up my mind on what this turn is going to be already, but Goyf? I assume it's Goyf. Tireless Tracker then. 2 mana I expect. Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. Okay. That's annoying. Alright, well, we gotta do this now. It's unfortunate. On the bright side, I get to empty my hand pretty much. Ooh, I really do get to empty my hand. Okay. Tireless tracker, sure. Sure. See, so like now we're just like in a top deck war. And what's my racing situation? It's not amazing. Put them down to what, 8? Ooh, that's a good draw though. It's good that it yeah, okay. Oh, I didn't think that one through. Crap, they can feel to ruin my Sacred Foundry. Okay, well they didn't, because this is obviously a very strong play. This is like a replay of the last game. So we obviously want to draw any, like, bolt or anything. Oh, that's not good enough. That's not good enough. Oh, boy. All right, so... Oh, man. Okay, so I have to attack in, and they have to block, and then I have to kill this thing, which is pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal. Yeah. Really needed to... Look at all these awkward spells. Everything's costing 2 mana. I just need to, like... I need more 1 mana spells. Right? This is how I have to do this, right? I have to... Because this Kalitas is just going to kill me otherwise. And get them out of it. Like, I think best case scenario, they gain 3 life off this Kalitas. And I lose an Eidolon and a card. I think that's my best case scenario right now. As disgusting as that is. Ugh. It's so brutal. It's collectively brutal. Thank God that card hasn't shown up yet. I don't know how this works. I'm taking 2 damage, but I think this means that they don't get zombies. I could be wrong. I was wrong. So it obviously was better to do it the other way around. I didn't know how that rule worked. I thought it was pretty good chance it could go either way, but I think, yeah. Inquisition into Ooze, into Kalitas is it's pretty good. Oh, where were you last turn? Ugh. Brutal. Where were you last turn, Path to Exile? Again, these 1 mana spells, they would have made my hand a lot less clunky. I do not like our odds. If I had brought in Anger of the Gods, I think that would be a good top deck that might be able to get us back into this game, but that's pretty much... It's pretty much the only card that would do it right now. And of course it's sitting helplessly in the... Why is it... Hello? Yeah, F6. Come on, what's going on here? I don't know what your deal is, Magic Online. You trolling me! Cut it out. I feel like Uncle Joey. Yeah, okay, so this game's gonna be... Alright. Sure. I'm just gonna see if they play anything else. I don't know. See if they show me anything. Looks like they're not. Looks like they're just gonna be smart and kill me. Oy. Yeah, alright. That's a thing. Okay. Okay, then. Anything we want to change? I don't think so. I like Searing Blaze better. I like Eidolon a little bit less. A little bit more, but still not great. The other thing about Eidolon is it puts enchantment type into the graveyard for Goyfs. Like, it's really kind of rough. Okay, so we need some way to deal with Kalitas. Maybe they're going to go wide. Maybe things like that. Maybe Lavamancer would have been good there, actually. Okay, yeah, you know what? Let's... Lavamancer's so bad with Rest in Peace, though. But that's okay. If I have a Lavamancer and a Rest in Peace, maybe I'm happy with that. Yeah, okay. And it's a 1-mana spell. Sure. Yeah, okay, sure. Let's go like that. Whew. Okay, we're not seeing Cindervines either. We got the two... Ugh, and again, like, called it. Called it. Lavamancer with the Rest in Peace. Keep. Oy vey. Alright. Well, we're getting this Lavamancer out of the hand. That's for sure. Again, no turn 1 play. We are getting very fortunate with that. Normally, I just want to slam Rest in Peace in these matchups rather than have it get taken out of my hand. In this case... I think I just need to deal as much damage as I possibly can. If they had gone like Inquisition, take the Rest in Peace, then it would have made my turn a lot simpler, but whatever. So, okay, well, this has to happen. And I think I'm just going to get as much value out of this Lavamancer as I can. Yeah. Getting no damage out of it would not be good enough. Blooming Marsh. Blooming Marsh is a good card. I kind of wish we could go back to taking these fast lands out of Modern. Collective Brutality? That's what I'm thinking is coming. Oh, God. That's so rough. Oh, Collective Brutality is collectively brutal. It's an appropriate way to do it. Okay, so they dumped Lily and Languish. Playing Languish? What are you doing? Take that. They didn't take the Rest in Peace. That makes me think that I might have made a mistake. But now I have no reason to need this either. So, you know what? Yeah, get out of here. I don't need to worry about you anymore. And I feel... If I don't get a white source, I'm so weak to, like, Field of Ruin. I'll get a white source, but I'm not happy about it. Get this out of my hand. Alright. Now... we wait. Yeah, there's the Goyf. Okay, good. So I'm not sure why you didn't take this Rest in Peace. Maybe you're planning on... Yeah, no, I just gotta shoot them in the face. As much as tempting as it is to kill this thing before they use, like, that card that I can't think of the name of. The 2-mana destroy things that aren't land, or destroy things. Abrupt Decay. As tempting as it is to... Well, that's okay. Obviously, they don't have Abrupt Decay in hand. Yeah, so really tempting to kill the Goyf before they can Abrupt Decay the Rest in Peace, but, like, every time I don't deal 3 damage to their face, it's basically giving them a turn, right? So, yeah, Lily, that's a thing. Go for it. Honestly, if I just keep top-decking bolts, you're going to lose this race, so that's fine. Oh, that's so much not a bolt. Okay, you need to stop drawing lands. And I kept a couple of Searing Blazes in, right? 1, 2... I kept one of them in. Ugh, Kitchen Finks. That sucks. That's a good draw. Deck! Deck! What are you doing to me? Ah... That's so frustrating. Oh, that's so frustrating. I mean, yeah, maybe I should have fetched instead of, like... But if I had drawn the 1 Searing Blaze, that also would have looked real bad. You know what? No. Okay, that's a misplay on my part. I should have done it. Because even just killing this Liliana with the 1 damage Searing Blaze would have been good enough. Oh my god. Okay, well, Lily's got to tick up, so playing this out is strictly better than just having it go to my exile zone. As much as I don't want to let them know how clear the coast is. The coast is remarkably clear right now. Don't be Cletus. Ah, that's worse. I don't know if it's worse. It's pretty bad, though. Jeez. Okay, now I need that Anger of the Gods I was talking about. Oh, no! I forgot the... Ah! I forgot to fetch. Ah, that was rough. Oh, my God. Well, whatever. 3 lands in a row. Yeah, I should have been able to fetch, and then... Oh, my God. Even like 2 lands in a row. I think that's recipe for disaster. I think and now I can't even fetch. Well, I guess I can. I'm dead to these things anyway. Is there anything I can draw that even saves me here? I need something that... No, we have no live draws because both of these Finks are lethal. Let's do the right thing, I guess. Hashtag Spike Lee. Alright. Good games, opponent. That's a frustrating way to lose that one. Maybe I should have gone down to 18 lands, but yeah, that's why you definitely want 19 lands against Jund. If I was playing a 20 land deck, I would... Again, I don't know. Like, I would have had... Even if I had drawn live spells those 2 times, I would have had to have, like, bolted these Finks as yeah, I would have had to have bolted the Finks. Just so I didn't die. So, I mean, I was needing probably another four turns anyway to win this game. So, it's just rough. Whenever I hear Rock or Jund players complain about this matchup, I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like... You literally just rip all the cards. I'm playing a 7-card combo deck, and you're playing a deck with hand disruption that can gain life and put a clock on me. You literally have the perfect disruption and a decent clock. I don't know. I feel like this matchup is very, very hard. Cards I would want in this matchup. Molten Rains. Molten Rains are pretty good. Limit their ability to play spells. Get rid of their non-basic greedy mana base. The mono red version is probably pretty good against this because Blood Moon can be very, very effective against this deck. Yeah, it's a frustrating one. All right, well, we're 0-2, but hopefully we see Cindervines, and hopefully we start to rack up some wins because I'm pretty confident we can. So make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in round 3. All right, we are on the draw for the 3rd game in a row. This hand, however, is great. There's a little bit of a lack of synergy with this Grim Lavamancer and not having fetch lands. But hey, turn 1 Goblin Guide, that's something I'll start with. Opponent kept 7-card hand. Well, I definitely like our hand. This hand is great against like traditional modern decks. This hand can lose... Oh, what do we got? Oh, okay, so this is either Eldrazi or like Death and Taxes Eldrazi. I'm not going to expose this Inspiring Vantage yet. So, nope. Okay, well, hey, it's good we don't have those fetch lands now. Yeah, that's a good thing now. Because it means they would have got stuck in our hand. Come on, just play out the Arbiter. Just play out the Arbiter. Let me Searing Blaze it. It'll be great. You'll love it. Trust me. Oh, that's frustrating. Okay. Well, I guess I just attack in, see what happens. Okay. takes it. It's bold. It's bold strategy. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? So they play Arbiter, they Ghost Quarter me. I'm not a big fan of that. So I think what I want to do is play the Advantage, play the Lavamancer, and then hold up like a Lightning Bolt. I think that's what I want to do. If they play Thalia, that'd be pretty bad, but... Actually, no, Thalia would be fine. I'd be okay with Thalia. Okay. Now this is bad. Yeah, now this is really unfortunate. Well, not necessarily. I can still... No, this is still bad. Means that Lavamancer turn 1 would have been better. Yeah. Okay, sure, whatever. I need to draw land now, though. This is Death and Taxes. This is what they do. And we got there. When you're good at Magic, you're good at Magic. So how do we do this? Do I want to play around Thalia, or do I want to play around another Arbiter effect? I guess I want to play around Thalia. Or play around another Okay, hold on. Because I can... If they don't have a removal spell, I can use Lavamancer on like a future Thalia, which doesn't cost extra mana. Yeah. So let's do it this way. I need my spells to... I need to be able to cast my spells. That's what this comes down to. If you want to trade this for this, that's fine. That's frustrating. It's a good card. It's obviously a good card. It's going to let them gain life. Does it do anything else? Yeah, no. So they get to exile my Lavaman if they want. They get to gain life off of... yeah, okay, that's fine. Come on! This deck is doing what this deck does. I will say that, though. They only have 3 cards left in hand, so I like our odds for that reason. This is awkward. I only get to do one thing. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that. If I could suspend a Rift Bolt to turn on Screw the Critics next turn and also do something else, I think I would do that. As it is, I think I want to hold up Lightning Helix. I'm pretty sure that's what I want to do. What does this come in with? How many counters? Oh, it comes in with 3? That's so brutal. Yeah. Yeah, let's just do it like that. Why are they not playing Shambling Vent from their hand? Why are they holding this in their hand? I don't understand that play. Maybe they haven't missed a land drop, but I think they missed a land drop on one turn. Come on, give me priority. No, they didn't. Yeah, sure. I mean, this happens. Sure. Yeah, this Kaya needs to go away, unfortunately. Can they do it again? Yeah, they can do it again, so this Kaya has to go away. Brutal. Hoodle. Finding a lot of hate in this league. I think I actually want to land. It's not bad either. Actually, no, this is good. Ah, they have a... Whatever, we gotta do it. I think this is a high-risk play, playing right into this Aether Vial, but I think I have to... I think I have to do it. Okay. Okay. Good, and that lets me get this Skewer the Critics out of my hand, too. Awesome. Okay. We're still in this. We just need to top deck well. Can't flash that thing in. That's one nice thing about that. Finally plays the Shambling Vent. Why you been holding that? And plays this out too. Sure. Probably takes the Searing Blaze, I guess. Maybe the Helix? No, maybe the Helix. Because the Helix I can cast for sure. The Searing Blaze is pretty weak. Unless I draw a land. Yeah, take the sure thing. I think that's the right play. However, if we draw a land, we're in good shape now. Please draw a land. Please, please, come on. One time. Nice. There we go. Not only do we get to do this, but we also get to get in for... I did pay 2 red. Am I missing something? What's going on, Magic Online? There we go. Give me back my card. Gimme. It's mine. Why shouldn't I keep it? Bilbo Burnguns over here. As much as I want to maybe keep Landfall for another Searing Blaze, I also want to get this Rift Bolt out of my hand. Oh no! Ah! Okay, that was dumb. For anyone who missed it, because I sure as heck did. There's a stupid Leonin Arbiter on the battlefield. Your fetch land doesn't work, Andrew. Nice try. Nice try. Wow. God. Stupid card. Ah. Wow. And now they're gonna... Oh, man, that's so bad. Oh, I'm just punting away everything. Oh, my God. Hey, look at that. We got the land anyway. Oh, my God. That's just... Oh, it's just the worst. Just the absolute worst. Oh. Okay, don't draw Thalia. Please don't draw Thalia. Can't believe I did that. I do know what that card does. Oh, man, was that bad. Do they have enough to animate it twice? That would suck. What did I just say about not casting a Thalia? I probably should have helixed the Arbiter before this came down, actually. Yeah, I probably should have. Oh, man, I'm just getting ripped apart. Ripped apart. Partly through my own brutal misplays, and partly through this freaking mana denial deck being what it is. Ooh, I did forget that I had this suspended, though. So that's one piece of good news. You gotta be kidding me. This is like the worst draw right now. I finally don't need this. Okay, come on. Well, that's not good. On the bright side, it's not gonna... It's a clock. You gonna go up to 4? You might go up to 4. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So now if I helix them, I go to 11. Ugh. Problem is these Shambling Vents. I don't deserve to win this game. I have been like fumbling my way through this game. So like I honestly don't think I deserve to win this game. So if I lose it, that's kind of fair. You know, misplays are what they are. This is an eternal format. Let's get real here. But It's still frustrating. Still frustrating to have been sort of stymied by... Oh, okay, well, forget it. That's... Have you been, like, waiting? Have you been, like, holding that back for some reason? Okay, so how does this work? If they don't block, I win, but they, of course, will block. I can block here. No, I'm pretty dead, I think. So hold on. I attack in. I don't see a way in which I live here. Yeah, attacking in and them not blocking is, I think, the only line for me not losing. Don't block, don't block, don't block, don't block. Ah, you saw the line. Good for you. Good for you. Ugh. One more bolt. Even after all that, even my brutal misplays, I needed 3 more damage, and that was it. God. That's frustrating. Okay, skull cracks. I don't think we want Cindervines. They have Aether Vial, but I don't think this is enough to bring it in. They're playing out creatures and such. All right, what do we not want? I can cut a Boros Charm or 2. I don't want to cut much. This thing, I have a lot to bring in. I don't know what I want to take out though. I don't need 3 paths. I don't want to... The thing is, I can race this deck and just win. I don't want to be too reactive. That's sort of my problem. Like, all of these are good cards. Skewer the Critics is maybe a bit weak. I can cut a couple of those. They were awkward in that game. Oh, they're also yeah, the freaking white mana is also a big problem. That was awkward in that game. Something close to this. I'll take out a Lava Spike. Okay, yeah, let's go like that. I think that's a good idea, because you want to have interaction, but like you don't want to just dilute your strategy too much, right? Like even with my misplays and whatnot, that was still good. Still had ways to win that game. Sounds great. Obviously, we're gonna use the Scalding Tarn first. There's no Searing Blaze in our hand, and we saw what happens with the Leonin Arbiters there. Turn 1 Goblin Guide into a bunch of other spells is also very good. 1 mana removal, very good. Good times were had by me. I'm actually even tempted to get out... Yeah, you know what? Let's get out a Sacred Foundry. Just make sure that we're able to cast this Helix. It's a little bit aggressive with the life total, but I'm okay with it. Aether Vial is a good turn 1 play, but if they just spend their turn going Aether Vial, I think we're going to get out ahead of this, and it's going to be hard for them to catch up. This is just a really strong hand. This is a really, really, really strong hand. Coffee is still good. I needed it last game. Wow, that's fetching with the Leonin Arbiter on the battlefield. It's not my finest moment. Definitely not my finest moment. That's funny. What'd you got bit by? I got bit by a Leonin Arbiter. It's definitely... I wonder what that translates to in German. What's bitter again? Is that thank you or please? I can't remember. Pay 2 mana, please. You know what? I think it's a cat cleric. It has manners. It says bitter. It's please. You know, it's a well-mannered feline. I will say that. I think it's cat soldier. I don't know. Whatever it is. You know who doesn't have manners is our opponent, who's making me sit here. waiting. Spicy Chicken 420. I just noticed the name too. I also like spicy chicken. Chicken is very good. Spice is very good. Not really the 420 type though. That's not my spicy chicken. Even though I do live in Canada. You know, it's not even a thing anymore. Yeah. It's like I could say the same thing about Colorado or where else are they? Where else do they do that with 420? All over the place. All over the states now. But yeah, that's not my thing, unfortunately, for people who wish it were. It's a stupid sense. Okay, let's go! Spicy chicken! Did you get the runs? Oh, it's so spicy. Excuse me while I go to the toilet. Alright, apparently Spicy Chicken had a friend come over. Said they needed to go out and get the door. So, there we are. So, they didn't play the Aether Vial, which I'm pretty sure means that we're either going to see a Fatal Push or a Path. Either way, Swift Spear is a great draw. And What is going on, Magic Online? Thank you. So, I was gonna just attack it with the Goblin Guide and hold up like Lightning Helix or something like that. But now with the Path to Exile being what I'm expecting to come our way, and the Swift Spear, I'm gonna make the Swift Spear worth 2 damage as well, and they'll have to use Path or Push on. Okay, seriously, Magic Online, what is your deal? Thank you. Yeah, so there you go. So yeah, Path one of these. Yep, sure, that's fine. Hey, guess what? I don't have to pay for your stupid Arbiter this time. Bam. Drew another Caves. Good. Take damage. Take the damage. I got no effects. F6. Eldrazi Temple. Uh-oh. Wasteland Strangler? Oh, yeah, that's a good play. That's a good one. It is. Do I hold this in my hand? I could. No, I don't think I do. I think I unload on them if I get a chance. With the Helix and the Skullcrack. I think that's what I do. Puts them to 5. This Lightning Bolt puts them to 2. Ugh, that's frustrating. On the bright side, I get to empty my hand. And they are a ways away from killing me. I actually didn't think this through. Luckily, I did the Helix first. Otherwise, I would have... Man, I'm really glad I'm playing these games because I haven't played games in a while, and obviously I am extremely, extremely rusty because I did it the right way there, but I didn't think it through enough to guarantee I was going to do it the right way. I almost prevented myself from gaining the 3 life. That would have been very, very frustrating. That's a good draw. And again, I made a mistake. I should have done that. I probably should have done that in my main phase, because if I drew like a Goblin Guide or something, then I'd be able to play it. As it is, I'm just going to wait until the end of turn and get rid of this Thought Not Seer that way. Oi. Well, that's... Alright, so we in like Reality Smasher territory now. Sure, Vial comes out. That's fine. They can cast another one. What am I taking right now? This would be 7. Go to 10. I'll be annoyed if they play another Thought Not Seer and take whatever it is that I draw. But I also don't want to lose 4 life. This racing situation is real because I do need to draw pretty well here. Ah, that's fine. That's acceptable. Just don't take this one out of my hand now. Let me keep this. Let me keep it! Go down to 4. Hey, that's okay too. That's also fine. Just draw and win. Bolt! Not quite. Not quite. Okay. So they have to kill me this turn, or, I don't know, gain life or something. I guess they could gain life. Maybe I should just hold up the skull crack. Arbiter. Sure. Sure. So with the mana available they would have to take 1 damage to cast, what's that word? Blessed Alliance or whatever. So they'd go to 3. Then they would go to 7. Yeah, that's not what I really want to see happen. They got 1 card in hand. So what happens? So I bolt them to 1, then I'll have 2 mana. I could... it'd be bad if I drew another Rift Bolt. That's about the only card it would be bad if I drew. So yeah, I'm willing to play around a life gain spell. Although with the way my plays have been this game, it probably means that the right play is to do the opposite. That's frustrating. Well, I'm not going to let them draw another card. If they have it, they have it. I can't give them another turn. Okay, we got there. Good news. Did we see anything else? I don't think so. That path was very, very, very useful. I'm wondering if I even want Eidolon on the draw. I'm wondering. I don't know. I think this is fine. They're playing bigger spells, though. This isn't like just normal death and taxes with a bunch of small stuff. They're playing like bigger creatures and things. So, you know, Thought Knot Seers, and they've got Vial. So you know what? Actually, I'm gonna take Eidolon. I'm gonna take out a couple Eidolons. Yeah, I'm gonna take out Eidolon. Okay. That might not be right, but I think it's fine. Ooh, this hand is... Oh, boy. Yeah, okay. Oh, man, we need another... This is so bad to Leonin Arbiter. This is so bad to Thalia. Oh, man. But, like, turn 1 Swift Spear into, like, Bolt is just so strong. This is greedy, but I'm keeping it. This is greedy, but I'm keeping it. That's fine. Yeah, so Thalia is what we really don't want to see right now. Anything except for Thalia. Oh! Opponent kept the greedy hand too! Nice. Okay. So if that's the case, how do we want to do this now? Did they scry? Or did they... They didn't mulligan, did they? No, they kept 7. Okay. basically what I'm considering right now is if I want to attack and then skewer the critics. Yeah, I think I do. Just I got to get that out of my hand. I think it's awkward and slow. And then yeah, this is okay. And this is the other reason I was considering that. So now let's get the Lava Man out because he takes a turn to get going, and can be a good answer to Thalia. Miss a land drop again. Nice. Okay, here we go. Land. Fetch land. All right. Well, you can use another removal spell on my Lavamancer. Use a path this time. That would be appreciated. Sure. Yes, I will take that. Absolutely. So the Skewer the Critics is just not getting out of my hand. So yeah, I can now play around Thalia with the second land, so I'll get this sorcery speed spell that doesn't hit creatures out of my hand. Oh, there we go. Okay. Also good. Do I just skewer the critics? I think I do. Yeah. Just get this out of my hand. And then everything's an instant. Just start holding up spells. Okay, miss a land drop again. I could use a buy in this league. Alright, this isn't really how I want to win, but alright. I guess it's a thing. It's a good draw. Do you have removal again? You might. I kind of wish I'd kept that Skewer the Critics in my hand now. Sure. Fixing my draws for me. Well, no point in casting spells. They haven't had to discard a single card yet. That's impressive. Okay, here we go. We got mana. What are we doing now? 3 of my 4 lands? No, 2 of my 4 lands came from my opponent. Oh, Collective Brutality. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, wait, I can Skullcrack. That's good. All right, yeah, sure. Take one of these bolts. Probably take a bolt, right? Or do you take a Helix? Probably take the bolt. No, I take the Helix, I guess. Yeah. All right. I don't know. They're pretty similar. They do similar things. Yeah, there's no point in me casting these right now. We're just gonna... Sure, Ghost Quarter. You took that white spell I had. I don't think there's any reason for me to do this now. I could draw a Searing Blaze. Actually, it doesn't even matter if I draw a Searing Blaze. 1 damage is all I need. Bolt. Bolt. Right, so, hold on. Pay 2, fetch. 3 mana still. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. Spike. Bolt. Alright. Well, that was sort of a non-game. Oh, they... I respect that, Spicy Chicken. I respect you for that. For anyone who missed it, they didn't let the lightning bolt resolve. Here, I respect that. They didn't let the lightning bolt resolve. They killed themselves with the Caves of Koilos damage first. All right. Well, hey, we're on the board. Thank God for that, at least. So we finally faced a matchup that's sort of good, right? That's kind of what we want it to be, right? Now, we didn't have a great sideboard for it, right? I don't have Searing Bloods and things like that, and I don't know where my head was in game 2, but yeah, we ended up getting there. So we're on the board. We still haven't seen Cindervines. It means we're due. It means those last couple matches are going to be all Cindervines. So make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in round 4. All right, round 4 on the draw again. Against an unknown opponent that mulligans to 6. I mean, like, if this is against, I don't know, elves or something, this hand is just amazing, right? But, like, I don't have a single 1-drop. And I don't even know if these Searing Blazes are any good. Like, I have absolutely no idea. As much as this hand is a 3-land, 4-spell hand, I think this hand is really, really lackluster. If I knew this was a small creature matchup, I would keep this hand off the strength of these cards, or burn. Like, I would probably keep this. Yeah, I would keep this hand against another burn deck. Play the Sacred Foundry tapped, and then just Searing Blaze, Lightning Helix, Searing Blaze. But I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Ugh, we're instantly punished. They kept 6 cards. Well, if there is a land in the top 2 cards of our deck, I think we're in pretty good shape. If there's not, it's really bad. I'm actually considering keeping this hand. Oh my god. If there's a land on top of my deck, this hand is great. If there's even a land in the top 2 cards, this hand is great. Unknown opponent. I'm keeping. You know what? I'm keeping. Ah! God, I'm going to look like a fool on camera, and it's going to be great. Oh, no. That's not good. That's not good. Come on. Nice. Okay. Whew. Whew. All right. I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling a little nervous there for a second. Our opponent has no idea what's going on, so maybe they even just path this Goblin Guide. That'd be sick. Cryptic Command, yeah. So we're against control. Oh, come on, fix my draw for me. Ah, damn. Okay. So this Cryptic is not on the top of the library anymore. Okay, and this is a good hand against control. Part of the problem with Burn is mulliganing hurts so much. You really, really, really need green. Okay, now I'm not sure what's going on. Now I'm not sure what's happening. This could be some sort of weird 5-color Scape Shift deck. This could be like... This is weird. I'm willing to bolt the Snapcaster. It's 1 less damage, but it keeps a card on the board. So... yeah. Okay, now I'm not sure what's... Okay, so yeah, we're Sultai here now. So, like, Sultai control? What are you doing with the green, though? That's the real question. Where did the lighter fluid come from? That's an old reference now. So, okay, yeah, and I wasn't paying attention. They drew the remand, I believe. Yeah, so they have a remand in hand. Okay, that's good to know. Well, I don't want to just get something remanded. What I'm debating right now is the Searing Blaze versus holding up possible Searing Blaze versus suspending a Rift Bolt and having a Lightning Bolt up. I think I'm expecting like maybe like Vendilion Click, something like that. So I'm gonna... Oh, I was not expecting that. Watery Grave. So yeah. I think the Searing Blaze is getting kind of weak. I'll bolt into turn. If they want to like Cryptic this, that's fine. They chose not to. Okay. Wow, we are drawing them a lot of land. Destroy non-legendary creature. Yeah, sure. Sounds great. How do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? I think suspending a Rift Bolt is fine. I don't want to do too much. I want them to tap out for... Well, I guess they don't have Teferi, but they might have Jace. I'm not really sure what's going on yet. The fact they don't have white is kind of nice. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be expecting, but it means timely reinforcements isn't a thing. So I got that out of their hand. That's fine. Ooh. I really want this to resolve. So I'm going to try and get them to counter this. No, they didn't. Smart! Well, I don't know, maybe if they counter Eidolon, then it's smart. If they just let it resolve, then... No, see, yeah, they know enough to do this. They didn't fall for my trap. I'm assuming it's a Cryptic, but... Oh, it's just a cycle. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, now they might like let, I don't know, Damnation or something else happen. I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, God. Am I about to get like Nexus of Fate? Is that what's about to happen? Oh, geez. What ridiculousness is about to happen? Oh, man. I'm actually excited. I don't know what's about to happen here. I am interested. Targeting themselves. Okay. Target player draws X cards. They left 4 mana up. Okay. Well, that doesn't scare me. Okay. Okay. For real? Is this what's about to happen? Sure. Have all the mana you want. Sure. Oh my god. What's about to happen? Yeah, sure. Nexus of Fate. Cast Nexus of Fate. Why are they revealing it? Do you have to... What? Oh, okay. So they revealed it and they shuffled it. And there still is not a breeding pool in play. Yeah, okay, sure. Sounds great. You have another one? No, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it again though. Okay. Well, unlike in Arena, you have a chess clock. You have to you have to win within a certain time limit. Yeah, sure, tar pit. So they have a Nexus of Fate in play. So they'll be able to cast it. So do I try and get them to do this now? Another tar pit. So how, okay, the next phase costs what, 7? I gotta figure this out. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so they can untap and cast this Nexus. Even if I do this now. What happens if I gotta figure out when to use the Searing Blaze. That's the thing. Although it might not matter. Is there a good time to use the Searing Blaze? Because I assume they have counter magic for it. But maybe not. I think it's only going to get worse. So I'm willing to do this now. Sure. I was going to say, Reman's going to put you to 2. So they need to win somewhat quickly here. They need to keep chaining these Nexi. Otherwise they're in trouble. Oh, but they have a Mystical Teachings in the graveyard. So okay, so they can do it a couple more times. Yeah, okay, sure. I'm going to lose to Nexus of Fate in Modern. What world is this? Wow. That's crazy. Okay, so revealed this. Yeah, got this. So they have one in hand, at least one in hand. I'm going to lose to this card. That's crazy. This is their extra turn again. Oh my god, I'm totally going to lose to this deck. What the hell? Ah. I should have cast this Skewer the Critics, apparently. I was trying to be cute. I didn't see this ridiculousness coming. Yeah, because they get another turn, right? Yeah, absolutely they do. Wow. Oh my god, this card is so dumb. Oh, my hand was so clunky and crappy. Oh. Wow. That's hilarious. Well, I'll tell you what. Of all the control decks I wanted to try Cindervines against, this one is obviously pretty good. Right? We got some enchantment targets, and they're not even ley lines. That's awesome. All right, cool. We get to try this out now. Losing to... God, losing to Nexus of Fate in Modern was definitely not what I had in mind. I guess we want Rest in Peace? Yeah, I guess so. That kind of stops the shenanigans a bit. All right. Searing Blaze seems poor against control, as it normally is. Yeah. What's the... Oh, yeah, right. The green mana is for wilderness reclamation or whatever. Do we want Skullcrack? I think we might. I don't know. This is weird. I'm not sure what I want. Well, here, we'll take the Searing Blazes out. Those seem bad. So we want... This is roughly correct. Yeah, we don't need this. We don't need this. We might want Skullcrack. Maybe Path, but I don't think so. Maybe? I'll take out a couple of Skewer the Critics. No, I like Riftbolt. Riftbolt's good. I'll throw in a... what do I take out? I don't really need the life gain, I don't think. Yeah, we're definitely the beatdown. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Let's try like that. That was weird. Wow. Wilderness Reclamation, Nexus of Fate. What format is this? Okay, well, this hand is obviously great. So, keep. Hand is obviously just bananas. If you can beat this hand, then good for you. I was going to lose to this no matter what. We keep drawing them lands. I mean, I guess that makes sense. They probably have a lot of lands. This is a weird land combo deck. Nexus of Fate. Nexus of Fate. In Modern. Wow. Okay, well, this hand was absolutely disgusting. So I kind of feel like this might not be a fair showing regardless here. Okay, so Growth Spiral is no longer on top. Got a Svamp. Got a Fatal Push, probably a Guide. Fatal... Oh, Swiss Beer. Okay. And draw them a Misty Rainforest. And then you take 4. That's the important part. That's the important part. Bolt! Get you. Well, actually, Bolt's 3. But. So, yeah. All right. Wilderness Reclamation in Modern. I gotta say, I am a fan. Let's go attacking. Man, creatures early is just so nice. Again, we keep drawing them lands because they obviously have a lot of them. Sure. I will suspend this. I will now cast this because they can't counter it. Yeah, that was a sick rollout. I probably should have expected something like that, but I mean, like, I just untap and kill them. And actually, I might even still just untap and kill them. So, part of me wanted to play around, like, sort of maybe represent a Skullcrack, but I couldn't really do it the way I had it. Yeah, sure, negate. Awesome, now you're tapped out and you just lose. Let's see what else you got in Misty and Deltas. Wow, yeah, okay. Lots of lands. Turn 4 kills pretty good, though. Alright. So, a lot of lands. Obviously, if I had, like, Molten Rains or maybe Blood Moons or something, that would be nice. I still think the Rest in Peace is good. I'm pretty sure the way it works with Nexus of Fate is that it just gets exiled, right? Because the whole thing about it shuffling back in doesn't happen, I'm pretty sure, with this replacement effect. It's also good against Snapcaster. It's good against Mystical Teachings. Yeah, I think it shuts down a lot of the synergy this deck is trying to run. Obviously, they've got Life Goes On, so Skullcracks, yes, we do want those. That is correct. Yeah, I think this is the way I want it, even on the play. or on the draw. I think we still want the Eidolons. I think this is still how we want it to go. Yeah. It's annoying we didn't get to see Cindervines, but it's also nice that we just killed them quickly. I would like to go into round 5 with the chance to get prizing. This is frustrating, as we only have 1 land, but this hand is not a very good 1-land hand. We've got turn 1 Swift Spear, which is nice, into, you know, Rift Bolt and Lightning Bolt, and we have the Cindervines, which I do want to see, but we really... Do we need a second land? Not really. We're not going to get just comboed out on, like, turn 2. Like, this isn't some degenerate combo deck. We have to fetch out our Stomping Ground as soon as we can, though. Yeah, okay. I will keep this hand. Because I have some strong spells that I can cast. In addition, like, if this was just a basic mountain, I might not. But the fact that I have at least... Oh, see, there we go. That's nice. But the fact that I have at least 2 of my 3 colors that I need was nice. Play a land. Go to attacks. So, counter magic is probably what's coming, but part of me feels like it's kind of just what I need to do. Like, I don't want to really just jam this Eidolon. I also could hold up Lightning Bolts. Yeah, you know, I'm going to suspend a Rift Bolt. Like, if I... Okay, there's a few different cards I'm trying to maybe play around right now, right? They could be Remand. I doubt they brought in something like Spell Snare, but it's possible, I guess. I'm not really playing around that, but Remand. There's that other card, the 2-mana draw card, play a land. That's obviously big right now. Doesn't seem like they have a ton of removal. I think jamming this Eidolon is just a strong play. And if they've got an answer for it, then so be it. But, I mean, it might be a mistake. This might be too brash. Yeah, okay, so Remand. I mean, I can't really play around Remand too well. I guess I could have just held up Lightning Bolts, but I really want to have Lightning Bolts come down and power up the Swift Spear. Okay, so they literally had both cards that I was, like, thinking about and maybe not trying to play around, but, you know, I took into consideration. I really would like a 3rd land for this hand, obviously. Creature is a good draw, though. Do I bolt them? No. They want to tap out for this Wilderness Reclamation. I'll bolt them then. It's a good draw. They have to have counter magic up, right? Like, this is actually really tough. And these are all at sorcery speed. They know I have Eidolon. That's the thing. They're never going to be untapped on my turn. That's another thing I need to think about. They're never going to be untapped on my turn because of this card. I think this is a must counter card. I should have played this maybe pre-combat. I think I should have. Yeah, I should have played this pre-combat. That was a mistake. If they wanted to counter it, fine. I get a prowess trigger. They might be tapped out. I can bolt them. I get another prowess trigger. Yeah, exactly. Cryptic. That's poor on my part. They're tapped out now, though. This was a poorly sequenced turn. I'm not used to playing against this card. Well, we'll see if they Nexus me here. Sure, push. Sure. 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 This is good in a way. Lets me cast this Rest in Peace, which I think is pretty strong against them. And as much as I would like to cast this Eidolon, unfortunately, I don't have the mana for it. So I think this Rest in Peace is going to be very good at shutting this down. They could, of course, bounce it with a Cryptic command or something like that, but it takes away the mystical teachings. What did they... Sure. I assume they're searching for a Cryptic to deal with this Rest in Peace. I really need a 4th land. Blue Sun Zenith. That's okay. How do I want to do this? Tap these, I guess. Counter draw. Okay. Well, I assumed they would have been counter bounce, but... Okay. A lot of life gain. It's a 3/2, right? Yeah. There's no way to fight through the counter magic like I normally would. This is really tough, actually. Yeah, this is really tough. Because normally what I do is just force them to tap out on their end step, but this doesn't let me. Wow. I mean, they've gained like, what, 12 more... lots of removal. They've gained like 12 or more life here. Just from their life goes on and stuff like that. But... draw 3 cards. Oh no, there you go. You get right. This is how this works. I can't believe what's happening. This is surprising. Sure. Oh, this is messed up. Right, part of this thing's resolving is it gets shuffled. Oh, wow. Okay. So it doesn't shut down that card at least. God. I'm pretty sure they... Well, this is such a different way to play against control. Lots of cryptics. Is it all 4 cryptics now? Jeez, 1, 2, 3 of them. I have to just play like a total pony noob here. Like, I need to do it now while they're tapped out. Because I can't wait for them to tap out. They're never going to be tapped out. Wow, this is surprisingly effective. Maybe I shouldn't have forced that. Maybe I shouldn't have forced that card earlier. The card that I can't think of the name of for some reason right now because I'm struggling to deal with all this. My God. Cindervines. Maybe I shouldn't have forced Cindervines earlier. Right? If that thing had resolved, it would have been pretty. Well, then again, I don't know. Like, I don't know why they're not bouncing things with Cryptic Command, but they're not really casting things into it. That's a bad draw. Yeah, that's a bad draw. We're just going to hold that in hand. Finally, a reason to hold a card. I'm going to get beat to death by this creeping tar pit. That's very possible. Sure, Snapcaster. Get beat to death by a Snapcaster as well. Life Goes On. Unbelievable. It's 2 leagues in a row I've had this Life Goes On card played against me. This card is garbage. I think it shows a real problem with Modern that card is a thing. They have 7 cards in hand and a bajillion mana. I'm going to lose this game. Wow. Wilderness Reclamation, Nexus of Fate. Hey. I wouldn't have expected it, but here we are. Sure. What? Okay, I was wrong. It doesn't work. So this is also a replacement effect. Not when it's put into a graveyard, if it would be put into a graveyard. So oh God, that's so frustrating. Well, it stops the mystical teachings, I guess, just spinning for it, but still, that's rough. Jeez. Oh my God. Well, that sucks. You know what? It's a little less obnoxious dealing with this card in Modern, at least. Like, in Standard and Best of One, this was just stupid. Like, this should not have been a thing. At least in Modern, I don't know. You can make an argument that the power level of cards should stop things. Oh my God. I can't even win. We're still 3 damage short. I needed the... Oh, man. Another example where... Yeah, all right, whatever. I'm done. Another example where Destructive Revelry might have been better, but I think this was just a poor sequence of events. I think I was also trying to play this matchup weird to begin with, where I'm so used to trying to like stockpile spells and then like just release them all, like and overload their counter spells. I couldn't really do that here because they never weren't. They were never tapped out because of this wilderness reclamation. I mean, when they... Then again, I don't know. Like, they also gained a whole bunch of life. Like, how many times did they cast this card? I know at least one of them was for 8. So they probably gained something in the neighborhood of 12 life. But, I mean... That also happens with blue-white control. I don't know. Wow. Well, hopefully everyone enjoyed seeing that because that was... That felt obnoxious. Oh, man. Modern's a heck of a format. All right, well, not a good showing for Cindervines in that one. I really hope I never have to play against this in paper because that's going to be just miserable. It's going to be almost an automatic go to time. Maybe I should have played smarter with those lightning bolts. Maybe instead of just jamming that Eidolon on like turn 2, maybe I should have tried to hold up the 2 lightning bolts. Maybe that was a thing. Yeah, maybe I didn't play... I probably didn't play this game very tight. I'll go back and watch it again. I probably didn't play it very tight, but it's Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I probably didn't play this game super tight, but I've also never really played against this deck before. So that was definitely a learning experience for me. Wow. Cool. All right, well, hopefully stay tuned. We're going into round 5. We can't get our prizing back, but I'm still trying to get ready for this event tomorrow, and apparently I needed it because I'm not playing tight. So today was getting all the rust off. I've started to think that maybe I'm gonna start to maybe play a league and then record a second league, because the first league is always like kind of rough. I feel like I take a few games to get warmed up nowadays. Like the last time I recorded, I played a league but forgot to record it by accident, and then the next one ended up going 4-1 and things just went really smoothly. So maybe there's something to that, playing a couple of warm-up games or something. Either way, it's been Andrew, day 2 Dryden. We're going to see you in round 5. And yeah, all right, let's I mean, hopefully you get to see something out of Cindervines. That's what I really want to see out of this, especially now that I can't get prizing. So see you there. Hey, we're on the draw. That's a nice, or sorry, on the play for once. That's really nice. And look, this hand is fantastic. Well, actually, these Searing Blazes might be really bad, but I think the odds are in Modern that they're quite good. Since I don't, I'm gonna shock. I'll want white mana at some point. I've already got one basic out of my deck. If this is a deck where if this is a deck that has like Path to Exile and stuff, I'm gonna want to keep a couple basics in the deck. I thought about suspending a Riftbolt there. It does make sense in a way, but if this were a deck, obviously it's like Dredge here now. I see that. But if this had been a deck with like a small creature, they might have chosen not to play it out on turn 1 because they knew the Riftbolt was coming down. Whereas I really want a Searing Blaze target, so I was trying to encourage them to add a creature to the board. Now, the way this works, though, is it's not going to happen. So, what do we want to do? So we're going to play this out. We're going to suspend this, and we're going to hold up Lightning Bolts. If they hit a Creeping Chill, there's nothing I can do about it. Speak of the freaking Creeping Chill. Because I don't have Skullcracks in the main deck, unfortunately. But, you know, if they were... Oh, man. All right, so let's see Dredge do what Dredge does. We're losing to all the degenerate... Well, we haven't actually lost... Oh, another Creeping Chill. I wouldn't say we're necessarily losing. We can still win this game. But... Oh, I also didn't Lightning Bolt there because I'm just super tilted from this double Creeping Chill. Yeah, we're not necessarily losing this game. Like, we might still win. But they have a full hand. They've got Conflagrate in the graveyard. Like, this is just really bad for a bunch of reasons. But, oh, man. Third Creeping Chill. Oh, God. One Creeping Chill per turn. Wow, must be nice. But we are seeing all the degenerate stuff in Modern, right? Round 1 was Amulet Titan. Now we've got this. This is just... Like, honestly, if it weren't for the Creeping Chills, this matchup would be a lot... Like, this wouldn't even be close. I would just race this matchup every round. And, like, we'd have no problem. Because, I mean, what they've gained... They would be at 9 otherwise right now. And we would be at, what, like 17 or something? Like, it's just... Come on, Wizards. Free spells? Have you not learned your lesson about free spells? And, of course, this Bloodghast has haste, too. Just... Ugh. This is a rough one. I think pretty much... So if I fetch, go to 7... Oh, ugh. Sure, whatever. Fetch. Saving myself 1 life here, but yeah, this is just about all. Okay, I'm just gonna F6. I have no effects here. This is. Oh, that was painful. That was really painful. Okay. I don't think it's going to make a difference between fetching and not fetching. Oh, no, because it's going to... Never mind. I even misplayed that. They have a fetch line. They can fetch, get a blood... I mean, they're just winning on board. Like, this is just obscene. I'm playing this out because I'm recording. I would have just conceded and gone to game 2 already normally. But, yeah, this is... And they've just got, like, the conflagrate in the graveyard. Like, there's a million ways that we just lose this game right now. But yeah, I don't know. I think a fog effect is about the only thing that could possibly do anything, and they're just having fun here, I guess. Just going for it. They've got lethal a couple different ways. I think they might try to conflagrate. No, they're going to attack first. All right, yeah, sure. Yeah, no way to make this not lethal. Cool. All right. Sideboard. Obviously, we want Rest in Peace. Obviously, we want Anger the Gods. Outside of that, we definitely want the Skull Cracks. We probably want the Lightning Helixes. We don't want Eidolon. They can race us, and they don't cast a ton of spells. Generally, they're getting free stuff through triggers. I don't think Cindervines for something like a Shriekhorn is a good idea. I also don't need Lavamancer. That's unnecessary. So what do we want here still then? Searing Blaze is okay, but not great. Take those out. Take 2 of those. Yeah, take 2 of those out. Something like that. Okay, like to play first. Yes, I'd love to play first. Yeah, this hand can race. It's great. This hand can also just lose, but what are you going to do? This is a strong hand. 3 cards. Turn 1 Swift Spear. A lot of spells here. No, we're good. We are good. I would love, obviously, a hate piece, but I'm not willing to mulligan for it. As I mentioned, we have the ability to race and win. I don't know if we will. I don't know what's in their hand or whatever, obviously, but well, that's interesting. So I assume they have a bolt. That's weird. Why did they shock? Yeah, they must have a bolt or something. Oh, it's gonna be a lightning axe. That's what it's gonna be. Well, that's a good card for them to draw. Oh, but they're not gonna do it. They're gonna discard a dredge card and they're gonna flip this Narcomoeba. Oh, they had one in their hand. Oh, well, that's okay. Deals what, like 5 damage, right? Yeah. So I wasn't going to be able to save it with a bolt. I just wanted to make sure that was the case. All right. And I might as well get this Skewer the Critics out of my hand now while I can as well. All right. So they drew an Narcomoeba and they kept a greedy hand. Okay. Well, here we go then. Party time. Yeah, none of this matters. So we will... get ourselves some information. Lightning Axe on top. That's fine. Wow, our opponent kept a very greedy hand. This is sorcery speed, so make sure to get rid of that. So if they don't hit a Creeping Chill or something here, I think we're just going to win. And that's what it looks like. Fantastic. All right. Not a turn 3 win, but turn 4 win. Not bad. Sometimes the turn 4 win isn't enough against Dredge. Sometimes it needs to be. Sometimes they win on turn 3, unfortunately. But that was pretty good there. I don't know if getting mana screwed and just keeping a greedy hand is something we can credit our opponent with. I think that was more variance than necessarily teaching us a lot about that matchup. So, on the draw, do we want to change anything? I still don't really like Searing Blaze. One of them's probably okay. But there's nothing I really want to bring in for it. I mean, I guess I could bring in Path. No, that's a bad idea. They don't have anything. No, that's just delaying the inevitable. We need to deal them. We need to be able to race and win. Yeah, I like this as it is. Not a huge fan of these Searing Blazes, but whatever. This is a good hand. It's pretty hard to throw away 3 lands, turn 1 creature. We even have possible Creeping Chill protection and Skullcrack if they don't hit it too early. So there's that. What do we got? Faithless Looting? Conflagrate. Okay, so I guess they've got another land in hand, and they're going to... oh, that's a good draw, too. And they're going to just barf their hand into their graveyard, I guess. If that's the case, I guess I want to... Ooh, do I want to put the Swift Spear as a target or the Goblin Guide? I think the Swift Spear is weaker right now, because it's probably just going to die. It's kind of a non-bow with Skewer the Critics if I'm going to be holding up Skullcrack. So I think I would rather the Swift Spear die. So I'm going to put that out as a target, and that's my reasoning for that. It's one of the few times I will play a Swift Spear instead of a Goblin Guide on turn 1. That's interesting. Hopefully that 1 point of damage doesn't make a difference. But I guess we'll see. I'd be interested to know what other people think of that line. I don't think I'm missing anything. Yeah, so Dark Army, Life and Law. Okay, yeah, those are useless cards. Well, plus it gets a Dredger in the graveyard. Okay. Ho ho! Well, how do you do? Yes, I would like to pay 2 life. Forget the Goblin Guide. No, we're just doing this. Alright. Hate cards showing up. Hate cards! Get your hate cards here! That's right. Find your Nature's Claim. Dig for it. Dig for it. You're gonna need it. I don't feel it all bad for you. Zero sympathy. These are all instant speed. Well, no, I'm not. Sorry. Arid Mesa, enter the reveal cards on here. Might as well put that up. Take away the graveyard for now. Yeah, 0 sympathy for you. I don't really need to hold up the Skullcrack right now because of the Creeping Chill and everything. Because of the Rest in Peace. Hypothetically, they could get rid of the Rest in Peace and make me have to worry about it later. But for right now, I don't. So I'm willing to get rid of the Sorcery Speed. Oh, and there it is. Okay. Willing to get rid of the Sorcery Speed, Skewer the Critics, and now be able to hold up Skullcracks. Can't remember, did I... What's my Searing Blaze? I still have 2 Searing Blaze. I will not fetch. I wouldn't say I'm punished. I do want 4 mana. Stinkweed Imp. Okay. Yeah, everything's instant. Do your thing. Oh, and they don't and they still don't have any dredgers in the graveyard though. Yeah, they can flash back a Faithless Looting. That's definitely a thing. So Stinkweed Imp's going to go in the graveyard, and what else? What else you got? Yeah, Stinkweed Imp and a Stomping Ground. Well, you do not have a lot of time left, my friend. don't like your odds. Oh, and they're tapped out. Yeah, okay. All right, well, we got there against Dredge. So at least there's that. Yeah, again, the only match we lost was where they kind of went crazy and hit 3 Creeping Chills. I don't think this matchup is very bad. I mean, we had the Skullcrack like the whole game as well, right? So if you just draw a Skullcrack and you can avoid those early turns where they draw, like we tapped out to play the Rest in Peace, and yeah, that changed the game completely, right? Because that was the first turn they had a Dredger in the graveyard with the Life from the Loam, and then things could have started to get a bit crazy from there. But I mean, even if we didn't, I don't think that game would have changed too much without having without them hitting like maybe like Creeping Chills in like consecutive turns. I don't know. I felt like as long as you have at least one Skullcrack effect and have a relatively quick clock, like what was that, turn 5 or any disruption, I think you should be fine. I'm not super worried about this matchup. Like the busted draws are going to happen. There are busted draws that, like what's a good matchup for us? Tron or Scape Shift, right? That are generally good matchups. They can have busted draws that like we just can't beat sometimes. So I don't think this is a matchup we need to especially worry about. But it is part of the metagame. It is a significant portion of the decks that are being played. So, you know, I mean, you have to maybe give it some consideration. And the graveyard is just everywhere right now, right? Like, having Rest in Peace isn't, like, just for Dredge. So, yeah, there's that. Anyway, I guess let's go back and look at the deck. So this is what we played. I don't know. Cindervines didn't look great. I won't lie. It didn't look like we really needed it. But you have to have something, right? Like whether you're running enchantment or hate, you need to have something to answer artifacts. There's just too many in the format, especially artifacts that really wreck us, right? Dragon's Claw is really strong, or even like Chalice of the Void is being played because of the Is It Phoenix deck. You know, affinity is a thing, right? So like having artifact hate isn't really something that you can't have, right? You kind of have to have it. So basically you're just choosing if you want enchantment hate. I probably didn't play very tight in that control matchup. I think Cindervines would have been a really good answer to the Wilderness Reclamation. I think it would have been very good to just sit on the battlefield and keep pinging the opponent when they're casting counterspells and whatnot. I think I just wasn't really used to that matchup and hadn't had to figure out how to play it. Because again, like a normal control deck, I was kind of like approaching it that way. And after I thought about it, and after I got absolutely smashed in that well, after I got smashed in the third game, I was like, I probably did that wrong, right? They're never tapped out, ever. So, and if they are, it means they did something really powerful, right? Or they used all their mana when it was just super advantageous to them. So I think I probably shouldn't have jammed the Eidolon when I did, and I probably shouldn't have tried to jam the Cindervines when I did. Those are two things that I could probably go back and look at that I probably maybe was a bit reckless with. So I still think Cindervines is fine, but we didn't really get to see it there. So I don't know. Like, what were the games we lost? We also lost to Amulet Titan. That's a game also where Cindervines would have been a little bit worse than, say, a Destructive Revelry. That is one example of a deck where you want it on turn 2. Like, having that effect cost 3 mana is a serious detriment in that matchup. Now, again, not all the matchups are like that, right? A lot of these enchantments we care about Sometimes they mess up with our mana, right? Like Spreading Seas or Blood Moon or something like that. So Amulet Titan's a little bit different because that instant speed and the mana color requirement doesn't matter in that matchup. So, you know, again, I never said Cindervines was a perfect card or like a strict upgrade to Destructive Reverie. It's just different. But if you're expecting Amulet Titan, well, and if you're expecting Amulet Titan, I don't even know if you care about destroying it. I think you probably want something more like Deflecting Palm is probably a better idea, right? Like they're gonna like I guess they could go for Walking Ballista and just ping you one at a time. But generally speaking, if they're racing you, it means they're using a Primeval Titan, which great, Deflecting Palm, you take 16. Like when are they not at 16 life, right? It means you've cast nothing. So it's kind of weird. But I still think I like this card. I don't know if I like it in the larger tiered online meta. But there's a lot of weird stuff that shows up at the local game stores, right? Sometimes you face like Jeskai Ascendancy or, you know, or decks running Leyline of Sanctity or something more often. So in my local game stores, I would be much more interested in running either Destructive Revelry or Cindervines. But yeah, it's possible that the online meta isn't quite, it isn't something you needed in. So those are my thoughts on that. Outside of that, I thought the rest of the deck was fine. Yeah, outside of that, I think the deck was good and fine. It's tough. They were close games. Modern's tough. But yeah. So those are my thoughts overall. If you have any thoughts on the deck or the matches, please do let me know in the comment section below. I will read them. But yeah, here, you know what? You know, maybe I jinxed myself by not opening up all the treasure chests last time. All right, I try and do that on camera for you folks. Usually I win at least one. I think only once on this. Maybe this is now the second time on this channel. I haven't gone at least 3-2. So we got a couple of treasure chests still to open from last time. So here, you know what? We'll do that. And I don't know. Should I? Yeah. So we'll do that. But keep your eyes peeled. I will also be doing the Ask Me Anything. It's tomorrow. Tomorrow of when I'm recording this, not when you're seeing this, is the 1-year anniversary of the videos on this channel. So we're gonna do an Ask Me Anything. The video invitation there is posted on Nikachu's on the Nikachu videos for YouTube. So if you haven't got a question in and you would like to put one there, do it now. I'll probably do them. This video is probably going to go live on the 18th, I think. So the week after that, probably sometime around the 25th or so is when I'll record those. So you still have a week to get those in. But yeah, so here, let's see if we open anything good. Come on, something good, something to make this somewhat worthwhile. All right, well, hey, 15 play points. So that's probably more than, yeah, it's a little bit more than, well, if this is worth anything, which I don't believe it is. Okay, so it's about what we would have sold it for, and we'll do one more. Boo. No, these are a bunch. No, these are junk. I mean, these are very playable, right? Sarah Avenger, it's like legacy playable in Death and Taxes and things, but because I sold a bunch of these or bought a bunch of them about a year ago, I know that they're not really worth anything, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, either way, I just got back from class, from school, so I'm zonked. I'll stop rambling on. Either way, though, please do check out the Ask Me Anything video. It's been a great year. Kind of going out on a bit of a stinker, but that's okay. It happens. There's variance. And this has been Andrew. Day 2 Dryden, recording here again for Nikachu MTG. I'll see you next time.